Hey, I just remembered that I forgot to add it in the last video, but I promised to show my art progress. You know what? Yeah, just for the people who... let's do the ones that I've actually been doing for a while. Where did I start? No, I think that's too early. Where did I start on the fast? Here we are. I think it was around here. Okay. So, first I needed to see where I started. So I started here on the first day of the fast. Before this, I had a lot of... Before this, I had a lot of stuff before that. And I'll probably do that at the end for those who want to see it. Started just drawing objects on my desk. That's my water bottle and headphones right there. Really did some nose studies. Some cubes and perspective, since that's the most important thing an artist can learn. It helps you draw pretty much anything. From there, it was like I knew it was important to really draw, like learn how the head works by drawing the skull. So I drew a skull right there. These are all for reference, by the way. And also some more noses. Coffee cup I had laying on my desk. Well, sitting on my desk, I guess. Probably can't see this, but I tried drawing my bed. And there's another unfinished attempt. This might actually be before the fast. Now that I think about it, but I've already started, so I'm going to continue. Some gesture drawings here. I was watching something with a roommate, so I tried... This was definitely before the fast. I was watching something with a roommate, so I tried drawing like a still photo of the dude. This is his drawing right there, because we're like both artistic people, so he was trying to help me out. I learned later that I could get better, like I could get better at gestures by just drawing seals. So I drew seals from reference. Drew my cat from life. Here are the stages. First, second, final. Try drawing myself. I think I was trying to draw my roommate sitting on the couch, but I never finished it. There we go. Yeah. No, like this. Yeah. That's when I realized that my fundamentals were lacking. So I started all the way back at square one and drew with a pen so that I couldn't erase. It was like I drew ellipses and I was trying to draw complex shapes. A few more things on my desk right here, building off the complex shapes. I remember when I learned that I could use like simple shapes to get these like complex shapes down, it was like opening a Pandora's box. I was so happy. It was like I figured out all the secrets to drawing. Then I started doing stuff like this. Tried stretching shapes here. It's like a cube, just slowly drooping down. Same with a pyramid and a circle. Then I tried like folding and squishing the shapes. more basic shape study along with some cylinder. Needed to learn perspective, so I tried this. This is not how I'm supposed to do perspective, but I still feel like I learned a lot here. And the perspective grid too. I still wasn't supposed to be doing that, but I learned a lot either way. Tried to draw the things in my closet. Back then I actually thought it was pretty bad, but looking back on it now, it's not bad. More cubes in the perspective. I think that's upside down, but I don't think it really matters. Even more cubes in perspective. Then, at that point, I realized I was doing pretty good on the basic shapes and perspective for the most part. So, I went back to studying people, and I tried to study the skull right there. And it was like, here's some notes I took. Like, I think I was following a video on how to draw the face, so I took notes here to like make sure that I understood. I probably got to reread those. And then I started doing this. You'll see these like little shaded shapes here. It's like I was actually that was my comfort drawing for a while because I knew that was something that I could do. And then later it became cubes in perspective because I actually got really comfortable drawing cubes in perspective. So anytime I wasn't satisfied, I would just do stuff like this. It's like first attempt, second attempt, third attempt, fourth attempt, tried a new guy, got him down, and then this is the same guy right here in different perspectives. Tried to imagine this perspective right here. No, this was a reference, and this was a reference too. This whole thing is a reference. After that, I got a few more things. This is a model I found on Pinterest. Tried drawing his face. It's like looking at it now, I can definitely see how I was improving. Took a lot of notes here, and I think that really helped the progress along. Same dude, but is that the same dude? This is a guy from reference. There's a little coffee cup standing on one of my video game cases that I forgot to put away. So I drew that. It's a little harder to see. More cubes in perspective, and I got bored, so I decided to torture a stick man while I was at it. When was the last time I did a cube in perspective? Try drawing that guy again. I don't even know the order of attempts. Realized I was really struggling with features, so I started doing them individually. I actually, before I stopped drawing, really liked drawing the eyes. So I had a very, like, I kind of already had a basic idea of how to do that right. These are, I could definitely see that I was getting better and I was getting excited. Very excited. And I also got like a book, like Andrew Loomis's little collection book. And that really helped me understand how the eye actually works, which helped me draw just better eyes. And you can see that like the attempt goes from here to here, I think. Yeah. Then I realized I was actually pretty good at drawing eyes, or at least satisfied with it. So I tried stylizing them. So I went on Pinterest and studied some stylized drawings. These are done from, this one was done as a copy. This one was done from imagination. And then I worked on lips, more cubes in perspective, of course. I was really having a hard time with the lips because I could not figure out how to get them to just work. So that was kind of frustrating. You see that here. I was really struggling. And I kept going. And I was trying to I was dealing with some heavy confidence stuff. So I was just trying to find out if maybe it was motor skills or whatever. Did a little bit of research and found that blind contour actually helps with that. And just drew a lot of these things from reference. The way blind contour works is you don't look at the page at all. And you just look at the reference and you just try to draw it all in one line. It helps your hand-eye coordination, and also it kind of gets you to look at drawing in a different light. And really figure out where you subconsciously focus. I was getting real confident with the face now that I put everything together. So I started going to a cafe and just drawing the people I saw. And this is where my progress really started to shine. Because at this point I actually had those Andrew Loomis books. I had already kind of read through half of it. So I was really excited about the progress. I even was able to draw the lips, another cube. And I started studying head shape from the way that the books were teaching me. Really helped me understand it a lot better, which I feel like is what skyrocketed my progress. You will see in a minute what I mean by that. More cafe sketching. I actually showed these people all their drawings. They were pretty satisfied, especially this guy. He did not see the final product though, and this is actually my favorite drawing thus far, because this really marked how well I was getting it, essentially. And that's the finished drawing of that guy. After that, I decided that it was time to move on to women. And I was also trying to help somebody understand gestures, so I did that while basically with Stickman. I kind of just threw a ball at him to explain gesture. It was kind of weird. It was kind of funny. It was a fun time. I was really struggling with women. It was as you can see, the cube in perspective, so that I made sure I didn't leave unsatisfied. But even then, those drawings were starting to get boring, but it at least brought me back to neutral, and I was really struggling for a while. But I was getting better as time went on, took notes as I needed. I also made sure that in my notes I was keeping in mind what I had to work on, but I was not beating myself up over it. I was being honest, but I was also taking notes of what I did well and what I did wrong so that I could do it better. This is more cafe sketching. This lady was looking at her computer, and her face is a little distorted from here because I actually need to work on drawing the face in perspective too. Now, cubes help with that. You can actually draw the cube and then the face in the cube. Tried many times, I wasn't satisfied. That same model from the last drawing that I was, the last one that I was doing, trying to learn how to draw women, I actually managed to do. And I got it pretty well. Looking at it backwards, I see that the eyes are a little messed up. But everything else is fine. Also, Nuno sat on this drawing when he came in the house while it was raining. So he kind of messed the paper up. And I feel like that distorted the drawing a little bit. Still haven't learned how to do profile view just yet. And now we come to my latest, which is this one and this one. These two are the same guy. I feel like this one is more proportionally accurate. And this one I feel has more character to him. But somebody even pointed out that it's not that this guy has less character to him, it's that he has like kind of a different emotion. So he has character too. But I really like this one because this is like, I feel like this is what you would see in like a fantasy comic or something, which is about the stories that I want to do. And yeah, those are the drawings that I have done so far. I do have like some stuff that I did today, but I don't even think it's worth showing because they're not finished. I gave up on them before I even finished them. So I don't even think they're worth showing. But the progress is going well and I'm learning fast. This is like, what you saw there, was a month. That was a month of just showing up and drawing every day. Taking notes of what I needed to work on, acknowledging what I did well, and really trying to understand how things worked so that I could understand it at a more intuitive level. And from now on, I'm going to try and remember to show my progress with that, because I am supposed to be drawing every day, and that's part of the showing up to the task. But that's all I have for you. I could show you the stuff that I had scattered like the scattered years of practice that I have, that I told you about. Yeah, we'll just do a quick rerun. If you stayed this long, you're welcome to stay. You're welcome to see the rest. But if not, you don't have to stay. I try to ruin the first page, like, as soon as possible with every sketchbook to remind myself that it's not that serious. Oh yeah, that was these are line exercises. I was trying to train my hand, so I was trying to keep the lines as parallel as possible. I was a little bit off, but not as bad as I thought it was. It was good to know. This is an orange in a box. Redo. Was doing a drawing project where I was trying to do a day by day, like draw this, draw that, to get better at drawing. Following prompts. It's like that day 1, day 2, day 3. Very specific prompts. And I tried to toy with it a little bit too. Just to really, really test if I knew. visual studies, shape studies. Try gesture. Didn't like it, as you saw. I actually don't know what happened here. I think I was erasing and I accidentally lifted the paper. I think that's what happened. More cubes in perspective. This is where I really started the cube thing. The bending shapes. Slicing shapes. I think this was my very first attempt since I got back into drawing to try and draw a face. Story I'm writing. We'll skip that. I'm not comfortable showing that yet. I don't actually know when these were done. I just know that it took me a while to actually want to be consistent with my art. And here we are. But that's my drawing progress so far. And I do have another sketchbook I could show. This video is long enough. If you want to see it, just let me know. But I'm going to cut it off there. Thanks for showing interest.